Let me take you on a journey, far from the bustling streets of Mexico City, deep into the canals of Xochimilco, where the water is still and the trees whisper secrets. Here lies La Isla de las Muñecas, the island of the dolls, one of the eeriest places you'll ever hear about. It all began in the 1950s with a man named Julián Santana Barrera. He wasn't looking for fame or fortune. No, Julián sought only peace. He moved to a small, secluded island far away from the world, hoping to live in quiet solitude. The island, nestled among the canals, was calm, serene. But that peace wouldn't last. One day, as Julián wandered along the edge of the canal, he made a discovery that would haunt him forever. The body of a young girl floated lifeless in the water, her tiny face pale, her eyes staring into nothingness. Julián had found her too late. No one knew who she was or how she had drowned, but from that day forward, Julián's life on the island would never be the same. Soon after, Julián began to feel something strange, like he wasn't alone anymore. At night, he heard whispers, the faint sound of a child's laughter, footsteps in the darkness. He felt the cold gaze of eyes that weren't his. The island, once peaceful, had become haunted. But haunted by what or whom? Julián became convinced that the spirit of the drowned girl was following him, watching him. Desperate to escape her grasp, he tried something unusual. One day, he found an old, broken doll floating in the water, tangled in the reeds. In a strange fit of desperation, he hung the doll from a tree, hoping, praying, it would please the restless spirit. And for a moment, it seemed to work. But the peace was fleeting. The whispers returned, louder now. Shadows moved in the corners of his eyes, shapes he couldn't explain. Terrified and unsure of what else to do, Julián began collecting more dolls. Broken, discarded, dirty dolls. He fished them from the water, traded vegetables for them with passing boats, and hung them on every tree he could find. Each one, he believed, would calm the girl's ghost, or at least distract her from him. And so, over the years, the island became filled with dolls. Dolls missing eyes, dolls with torn faces, dolls covered in grime and decay. They swung in the wind, their lifeless faces staring at anyone who dared to come close. But to Julián, they were protectors, barriers between him and the spirit that haunted him. But did the dolls really help? Or were they just drawing something darker to the island? In 2001, something truly chilling happened. Julián Santana Barrera was found dead. His body lay in the exact same spot where he had found the drowned girl so many years before. Some say it was just a coincidence, but others, they whisper that the spirit he tried so hard to appease had finally claimed him. Now the island is known as La Isla de las Muñecas, and it is not for the faint of heart. Visitors say the air there feels heavy, like something unseen is always watching. The dolls, weathered and decayed, seem to move when you're not looking. And sometimes, just sometimes, people swear they hear whispers or the faint giggle of a child playing hide-and-seek in the shadows. The island stands today, a monument to fear, isolation, and the question that still lingers. Was it the ghost of a drowned girl haunting Julián? Or was it the island itself that turned his solitude into madness? And the dolls, they're still there, watching, waiting,